Welcome to stockmarketfunding.com. On our video website, go to stockmarketfunding.com. Back over here, we said that Google was a trade of the week. And Google went down 4 weeks in a row, consolidated from an accumulation up for 4 weeks. This is the first up week that Google has had. And people that have the bigger money, we had them buy some calls. Some of the senior traders that have the capital that could put on some of that risk. But this is the first week. The 10 week is still crossing over the 20. Today will be the first 5-day up week in 2 months. That little narrow range one, this was all put in the bottom process that I said. And we had a double bottom here on the weekly. Let's draw the trend line. Double bottom weekly chart right here. That's that bottom. We bought and we traded it, and then we got in toward this bar. Half of the prior week, when Google got above it, that's half of the weekly bar. That's what made that a buy. And basically, the 10 week is going to have to flatten out, and we're going to have to close above it. And basically, I'm going to pause the tape for 1 second. Basically, on this weekly chart, we've got the first out of 8 weeks. 1 week, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4 with a validated up move with a weekly bar that was much greater than the last week. And we took out half of that SMF weekly bar at the bottom. You don't buy when it's below this bar. You buy when it takes it out. So basically, I'm going to draw a trend line right there. That's half of that weekly bar. That's 566. That's the next resistance. The next resistance up there will be half of that bar at 593. And the next resistance ultimately will be up there at 615. And basically, when you're buying a reversal on a leadership stock, you went down 4 weeks. You consolidated for 4. This is when the validation comes into play. This is when the stock is tradable. And it will become final on the weekly chart. And it will be the first up week of any significance versus that consolidation or the last down week, the prior week. This is what I'm going to be teaching people when they're buying calls on position management trades is that it's confirmed when you take out the prior SMF weekly bar, half of the Pro Trader bar, weekly bar. You get above it, you go up, it never goes back below there, it holds support. The 10 week is still declining. That's the overhang, but that's okay because as long as I don't close below, and if I close above half of that bar right there, that's at 548. That's ultimately going to be that lower end support of any kind of volatility down. So basically, we're testing resistance right over here. That 566.36 will be your upward short-term resistance. What I do want to tell people, though, is that to get to a bull trend confirmation is that 10 week cannot keep going down. It will flatten out and it will gradually start to flat. When it goes flat, that's the blue line. So that's this blue line. It will go flat. And this is a good confirmation week. This would also be the same thing on a 3-minute, 15-minute, 60-minute, and a daily. If there was a 4-day daily consolidation like this, it would be the last down bar. You would confirm the beginning of the breakout with this up bar. And that's when you want to be moving in. Okay? So basically, we're going to test that 566. We haven't quite got there. The 10 week will have to flatten out, though, because this is what a bull trend looks like with the weekly moving average on Google. That the 10 week goes up. And we reversed, and we crossed over the 20. That's called a weekly crossover. So basically, it'll adjust itself, and we will probably consolidate off of that low up here around 553, 556 area. And we'll look for that higher, meaning that the low will be higher, and we set up another pattern until we can get a follow-through week through here. And our next resistances levels are pretty nice because we're working with half of the Pro Trader bar. That's the next down bar. Look at how big that bar down. So it's the first one. 4-week consolidation, rather it was a 4-day consolidation. All will be the same, people.